Hello, welcome to my channel. Before I start on this topic, I would like to go ahead and say a short prayer. सुखदर्ता दुःखहर्ता वार्ता विघ्नाची नुरवी पूर्वी प्रेम फुरफा जयाची सर्वांगी सुंदर कुठची नुराची ढंटी सती मार मुक्ता फराची जय देव जय मंगलमूर्ती दर्शन मात्रे माना कामना पूर्ती जय देव रत्नाकच का भरत तुझको रे तुमरा चंदन शिरो के कुमकुम के शरा धीरे सचता मुक्ता शोधव तुम्हारा नुरझू की नुखुरी चरनी खगरिया जय देव जय मंगलमूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे माना कामना पूर्ति जय देव लंबोधर पीतमरि बंधना सर्वात सुंदरक वक्त्र कुंदक किनेना रासना वात्सा वत्कारी सच रत्ना संकट ही पावानी निर्वाणी रक्षानी सुरबंधना जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ति दर्शन मात्रे मन कामना पूर्ति जय देव. Sorry, I messed up a little. Hello, welcome to my channel. So this topic is about entity attachment and how to get rid of them. So entity attachment and how to get rid of them. An individual who has an entity attachment, oftentimes they will feel accomplished in their lives. Entity, aka demonic spirits, are spirits that left earth feeling unfulfilled. Refer to my What You Put Out into the Atmosphere Matters video. There I'm talking about what happens when someone opens the door and the spirit comes out. So let's talk about it. These are demonic spirits. They're not happy as to how they left earth. So if an individual, let's say, lets that spirit out, they're going to attach themselves to that individual. That's why there is a saying, don't disturb, like don't disturb the death. See how they left the earth, they're not happy about it. So they're at peace when they're sleeping. So if an individual goes ahead and opens the door, they're going to be more aggravated. They're going to be more angry when they're going to get out. And they're going to attach to themselves in a soulless body. So if an individual does not have a soul, they're going to attach themselves to that body, an empty vessel. And they're going to possess that body. Once they take over the body and they stay there for a long time and they're comfortable, then they don't want to leave, because all they needed was an access. Once they gained access, they are free. They're free now. Now they're living their lives, the life they weren't able to complete when they were alive, and the individual, well, they're caged. They're suppressed, at least their spirits are. So if that person is always feeling sad and accomplished in life, is because they have demonic spirit attached to them. And when a demonic spirit is attached, the spirit, remember what I said in that video, they didn't leave earth happy. They left with a lot of remorsefulness, grief. So if you see an individual, they're like kind of lost and like they don't know what's going on around, they're mostly sad. Most of them, they have demonic attachments to them. So now they look over. So now they took over that individual's body and they're living their life, and that individual, well, it delays them from getting on their spiritual path. The longer the spirit takes over the body, the more delayed that individual is on getting onto their spiritual path. So for that individual to live a happy life is to release that spirit from their body, ask for divine intervention, turn to God, close the door to darkness, don't reopen it, and pray every day. Fight spiritual battles, ask for divine intervention. Fight, ask for God to intervene, and pray every day. That individual will also have to ask to get their soul restored. I think, when we watch horror movies, and I think I mentioned it in one of my videos, most of them is like, I know it's like movie, but I feel like some of them are related to real life events. So when I used to watch horror movies, I felt like that, it relates so much to real life. So it's like I feel like most of these movies have lessons for us to learn, like, oh, okay. Especially if a person is embarking on their spiritual path, they will have to know all this, because not everybody is on their spiritual path. There are people who are fighting their inner demons, and so these horror movies, right, they show us like, hey, if you don't use your discernment and you know um, connect with a demonic spirit and you're on your spiritual path, you can be on the road to destruction, because that person has demonic spirit attached to them. So that's all I wanted to touch on this topic about. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Bye bye.